Forgiveness is for you. Nelson Mandela once said that being in unforgiveness, being in unforgiveness is like drinking the poison and waiting for your enemy to die. You holding on to the unforgiveness is actually not impacting them, but we think it is. We think we're exacting justice, but we actually don't have the power to exact justice. Only the universe does. And the universe is always self-corrected. So forgiveness happens within you. It happens the moment you decide. And that's why anything can be forgiven. And if you don't have forgiveness, if there's unforgiveness between you, then there will always be that distance. You won't have an unshakable foundation. And so many people come to me, and our company is Love and Passion Coach, we're Love and Passion experts, be like, Love and Passion lady, I'd like to have some great sex. Can you talk to me about sex? How about some hot passion? And I will often say, well, I do that, but it's an 8-step system and sex is step 8. We're like, well, can we skip to step 8? I want to start at step 8 and then I'll come back and do it. And I say very often that a sex problem is rarely a sex problem. People come to me with a sex problem. And I say your focus is in the wrong place. Because the solution to your sex problem is probably somewhere in steps 1 through 5. Not understanding your partner. Not being 100%, measuring and scorekeeping. Something that's unforgiven almost always comes up. If you have something that's unforgiven between you, can you get to the level of trust and vulnerability that it takes to unleash your passion with someone? No. It's too vulnerable. With someone that you're unforgiven with, that won't happen. Once you get through and implement and master steps 1 through 5, that's your unshakable love, and then you get to move into the passion steps. Step 6, which is all about sparks, which is the polarity between masculine and feminine energy. This is the root of passion. The charge between masculine and feminine energy. Here's the thing. Love and passion work like a seesaw. What creates love is the opposite of what creates passion. What creates love is sameness, having things in common, right? That's the foundation of friendship, and friendship is the foundation of love. So as we go deeper into love, we have more and more things in common. Now we have the house in common, then we have some kids in common, and we have friends in common, and we do stuff in common. Common. It's great. Great for friendship, great for love. But you know what it's not so great for? Passion. Passion comes from differences. And as we get more and more and more in love, the differences start to fade away and the passion fizzles. It's an organic process. It happens over time. You can turn it around, but you have to turn it around. It's not going to interrupt your day. So we have this passionless relationship epidemic going on because the number one difference that you can cultivate in your relationship to reignite the passion is the difference between masculine and feminine energy. But we've lost the masculine and feminine energy these days. Myself, Ice Princess, can you guess? Right? 100% of my masculine. Kicking ass, unfeeling, getting it done, producing, super achiever, very driven, very masculine. And we have men who are distancing themselves from the macho crap of the past and people who used masculine energy in a not so nice way, and they're becoming more gentle and more sensitive, and they're told you gotta be a little bit, don't be intimidating, don't scare people, don't be threatening. And we've got this vlugh of men moving away from their masculine, and women can't get out of their masculine, and those two energies get together and it's like nice, but it's not hot. We're missing that heat of passion. And it's mostly because feminine and masculine energy are very much misunderstood, and to be quite honest, we just don't have role models these days. It's just not, look around, right? You've got Angelina Jolie with a cannon on her back. These guys who you're like, some guys, right? Beautiful clothes, and he's going for manicures, and that's fine, that's fine, but the energy is missing. So feminine energy gets a bad rap because people think feminine energy is weakness. And so as women, we've distanced ourselves, right, from feminine energy. Plus, if you've entered the work world, I don't know about you, but when I entered corporate America, it was like, hey, Missy, there's no crying around here. This is not an emotional thing. You've got to get it done. So I'm like, all right, man up. And so we took on this masculine mask and these masculine tools, and we got it done. We're good at it. We're very adaptable creatures. And then it ran amok because we were getting so rewarded for it in work and in business. This is great. I'm really, really good at this. This is great. And then we're getting hurt in our relationships. And one day we're like, take our masculine mask, and we're like, well, if I wasn't feeling this so much, it wouldn't hurt so much. Getting really good at this masculine mask and masculine tools, I'll just apply that here. And the more we get hurt, the more we close up, the more we put up walls, the more we toughen up, the more we tell ourselves not to care so much, not to get hurt so much, and the more we slip into our masculine 24/7. And at the same time, we misunderstand what feminine energy really is, thinking that it's weakness and something less than somehow. Feminine energy is nothing more than an openness and a willingness to be vulnerable. That's what feminine energy is. It doesn't have to look a certain way. It's not anything to do with your makeup or your hair or your jewelry or any shit. Feminine energy could be a flowery dress, or it could be high heels, or it could be changing your lawnmower fluid, but doing it with an open energy. Feminine energy can look any way because it's part of your authenticity. It's just like your fingerprint. And all it is how open you are, right? The opposite, if that's feeling elusive to you, the opposite may be easier for you to embrace and understand. Masculine energy in the feminine form is anytime you feel tightness in your body. When you feel protecting, when you're withdrawn, when you're putting up walls, closing up, shutting off, distancing yourself, punishing with your energy. That is masculine energy, in the feminine form. And we've learned to use those tools and those weapons to protect ourselves. It's just a defense mechanism. We've just been hurt so many times that we got really good at using it. Unfortunately, when you show up as the guy, he can't. Now, masculine energy is that rooted, decisive, knows who he is, knows what he wants, nothing and nobody's going to get in his way. Obstacles are merely challenges, make it part of the fun of the game to get to that end result. Very driven. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of role models these days of mature masculine energy. Most of us have had experiences with the immature masculine, which didn't leave us with the greatest of flavor. The immature masculine uses all of those phenomenal masculine energy qualities, rooted, decisive, protector, but all for him. Doesn't care about anybody else. He'll use all those beautiful energy gifts to get whatever the hell he wants from his ego, all from his head. And it's all about him. And very often women are magnetized to that man who's very tough and very confident. And then they get close and like, oh, he'll protect me. Oh, this is very attractive. He seems to be decisive. He knows what he wants. Until we're like, oh, but only for him. And we realize now all of a sudden we're protecting ourselves from the one that we thought would protect us. That's the immature masculine, and it's rampant. And it's what many of us have had experiences of. The mature masculine uses all of those magnificent qualities that men bring, but is driven by honor and integrity. And its three purposes are to serve, protect, and provide for the woman. Her first. Whatever she needs, whatever she wants. Her wish is my command. It's my job to make that happen. That's the mature masculine. When the mature masculine shows up, the feminine can open. It's very difficult to surrender and open to someone who's not driving the ship. But when the mature masculine drives the ship, it gets more and easier for you to open into your feminine and feel safe and protected. And so very often women will say, well, I don't have a man who's in his mature masculine, so that's why I can't open to my feminine. And what I will challenge you is to see that the trigger is happening. Because if you're in your masculine, he can't be in his. He can't serve you if you're protecting. And so take baby steps in choosing when to show up with an open energy. Baby steps. Maybe it's 10 minutes a day. You know, maybe it's for just this date. We're going to go out and I'm going to release my controlling, driven, making all the decisions, making it happen. You're doing it wrong. Move over. I'll do it anyway. I got it myself. Did you tell her we're having a reservation? Well, just let it go out of the masculine and open to your feminine. And give him a chance to experience that and take baby steps. When you open to your feminine, as I did completely accidentally with Paul that night, he was called forth to serve, protect, because you're open. You can trigger it in your partner. It only takes one to shift the polarity. But if you both stay stuck where you are, it will continue to deteriorate from where it is. Once you reignite the polarity, you're ready for some fun. It's a flirt, because in case you haven't noticed, all the steps start with S, but there was no S word that really captured flirting, so we just made it up. And it's a flirt, which is about having fun, which seems to be completely gone from everybody's relationships today. Because we're all so freaking responsible, and we all have so much shit going on that we lose the fun and the playfulness. And it's the first thing to go out the window. And so I will tell you that there are many, many strategies that we teach. And so many people will write this off. Right? Who? The serious people. People who really want change. I really want change in my relationship. I'm serious about it. We don't need to do the fun step. Let's make some stuff happen. And I will tell you that if you really want your relationship to last and grow and thrive, you better start taking your fun a lot more seriously. Because people who have fun together can get through a lot more than people who are so freaking serious that the littlest thing explodes into World War III between the two of them. And dating is not an optional piece. Dating is not like cleaning out your linen closet. You do it when you have time. You have to date. And dating is not leaving the house. There's a difference between leaving the house together and being on a date. It's all about your energy. If you're leaving the house together and you're looking like you look when you go to the soccer field or pick up your kids, you're doing it wrong. Go back in the house until one of your kids says, like my daughter, Mommy, that top is unappropriated for you. I'm ready to go out then. You need to date your partner. Quick strategy, 3 rules when you're on a date. No kids, no biz, no house. No talking about the kids, no talking about the business, no talking about the house. If you're sitting there thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? Go to Amazon and order yourself table topics for couples. Little conversation starter cards. You'll find them in every purse I own. And pull one out at dinner and start talking about something that really matters. Each other. Date your partner. It's not an optional piece. Because when you start having flirting and passion and fun, it's very often the slippery slope into step 8, which is sensuality. Which is all about having a ravishing and satisfying sex life with your partner. The kind of sex where afterwards you look at them and you're like, remind me again why we ever do anything else with our time but this. It's not a nice to have. It's a must have. And anybody can have it. It's not about the logistics. Like I said, most people come to me and they're like, can you help me with this sex problem? Usually that problem is not a sex problem. And when you master and implement the first 7 steps, it's a very easy road into step 8. And what I'll say is there's a lot of things that we teach that would not be appropriate for this venue this evening. You haven't spent enough time with me. And at our event, we go through hours of incredible strategies for creating a sensuality that you didn't even know was possible in your relationship, that will not only be as hot as when you started being together, but will continue to shock you as it gets hotter every single day as you go on. 19 years together, completely hotter now than ever before. It's a joke. But the key to remember as a perspective shift on your sensuality is that your driving force for having sex with your partner cannot be because you're both in the mood and it lined up, the planets are aligned, everybody's asleep, and my to-do list is done and the counter is clean and it's still before 9:30 and everything is fine, my legs are shaved and everything's good and I'm wearing a crown. Let's have sex. Most people have sex when they're both in the mood and they both feel like it and then like, you want to? And it never happens, and it doesn't happen nearly enough. The driving force for how often you have sex with your partner is only one thing: what it provides to your partner. Because you're the only one legally allowed to do it. And so when you understand what sex provides for your partner and the gift that only you are allowed to bring, you very quickly realize that withholding it is very mean. Because you're forcing someone to go without the only thing that you're the only one who's allowed to provide that to them. And so it's a very big awakening. And we take people through an exercise of understanding what sex provides to your partner. And I promise you, you'll be shocked, because for men and women it's completely different and very off your radar. And it's not just about, oh, it's just that they want sex and you want sex all the time and it doesn't matter if it be me or whatever. It's not true. It's a really deep thing. It's really powerful. It provides emotional, physical, and even spiritual gifts to your partner that only you are allowed to bring. And your driving force, when you've healed what you need to heal through steps 1 through 7, driving force is no longer am I in the mood. It's I'm bringing this gift. I'm the only one that provides it to you. And because I'm 100%, we're doing this. And it changes the entire dynamic. And so when you have all 8 steps and you fully implement them, and you have your unshakable love, which allows you to reach in, can you see now the depths of vulnerability and trust that you need to get to have that kind of passion? And how if you have distance and kerfuffle and pain built up over time, that's why this is not happening. It's a strategic formula. When you have all that and you implement them, you really can live in the magnificent love affair that you really wanted. It only takes one partner to transform a relationship. And now you've just seen the 8 strategic steps to transform any relationship. And you've heard our story. Magnificent relationships are created, not found. So if they're created, and it only takes one partner to create them, and you have the 8 steps, it's not can you, it's will you. Maybe not for this partner, maybe just for you. And maybe it'll be for this partner, maybe it won't. But the question is, will you? Because your relationship impacts everything. I always say that intimate relationship is like water in the basement. It just gets into everything, right? It impacts your kids, your work, your finances, your weight, your health, your happiness, your self-confidence is impacted. When your relationship is shit, everything is shit. But when your relationship is amazing, you feel like, I can do anything. but it really does impact everything. You know, there's a reason that you're here right now. And I don't know what it is for you. But maybe you're wondering if this is all there is. Or you're exhausted from trying. Or you feel stuck. Or you're sick of feeling unsupported. You don't feel understood. You feel like you're the only one who does anything. Or maybe you feel like, I'm too busy to fix this. Or nothing will work for me. Or I'm stuck in a rut and I can't see the way out. I'm tired of the same fights over and over again. Maybe you're even wondering if there's something wrong with you. Well, there's nothing wrong with you. It's actually not even your fault. I mean, look around. Who do you know who has an unshakable love and an unleashed passion after 20, 30, 50 years together? Do you know anybody in your world? We don't really have role models. What role models do you have who have this kind of relationship? In fact, most people are taught the opposite, right? Ooh, 56 tips to take you over the edge. Or why stop at 50 when you could have 60 if you just wait until next month's issue? You got 60, right? There's no shortage of bad advice and crap that's out there. But don't worry. Relationship transformation happens actually much quicker than you think. I'll put it this way. It won't take you as long to get out of where you are as it took you to get to where you are. You have time to make this change. And you're in exactly the right place to do that. You remember my story? I struggled. I looked everywhere. I read every book. I listened to everything I could get my hands on. Nobody was handing me the 8 steps. Nobody even told me it was possible to have this. I didn't even know what I was trying to create. I was just desperate. Well, luckily now I've realized that the reason why I was meant to go on that journey was because one day I would teach it to you. I guess that's why I had the determination to stay with it when it looked actually pretty bleak. And so that's why Paul and I are so passionate about giving you the 8 steps and shortcutting it for you, giving you the exactly how. Not just the few things that I've introduced you to tonight, but all of the tools and strategies that make it work. Combined with a supportive environment of people going through it, it's everything that I needed 15 years ago that I didn't have. That's why this is our mission. That's why we come out and speak. That's why we do everything that we do. It's our mission to get out there, because I was lucky that I made it through and I was able to create. But I worry that not everybody else will be so lucky. And so it's our mission to share this with as many people as possible. Because the truth is, it doesn't need to take you 15 years and multiple 6 figures, thank God, to create your magnificent love affair. It doesn't. You can create what you want much faster than it was for us. Like 3 days. So we want to introduce you to the opportunity to come to the Relationship Breakthrough Retreat if it speaks to you. We're doing a live event in Princeton, New Jersey, July 27th through 29th. It's our biggest event of the year. We do a lot of events, but this one actually happens to be right here. And it's a 3-day live immersion experience event with Paul and I. 3 days. All 8 steps. Designed to create a catapult in your relationship from where you are now to the next level within the 3 days. This isn't I'll learn this and I'll take it back. Your relationship will shift within the 3 days. It's not a couples event. It is designed for one person. Your partner does not need to attend for you to get the relationship results that you want. We have clients in over 50 countries now, and there are people flying in to this event from all over the world. You happen to be kind of right here. So we want to offer you the opportunity, if this speaks to you. This is not a seminar. We're not really seminar people. It's not a sit in your seat and listen. It's jam-packed with content, but it's also a rockin' good time. It's a lot of energy and a lot of fun. There's quite a frenzy going on already. We opened up registration for this year's event, and within a few days we were half sold out. Half of the seats are already spoken for. We passionately want you to create the relationship that you want and deserve. We know you deserve it. You may not be in a place where you believe you deserve it right now, but you do. So lean on our belief for you if that's what it takes. And so we're here to help you. You don't have to do this alone. You may already know, for those of you who may know me or have checked us out, that our private coaching packages start in the $14,000 area, and the tuition for the Relationship Breakthrough Retreat is $1,497 per person. However, right now for the next 6 days, till June 11th, is the early bird tuition for the Relationship Breakthrough Retreat, where it's just $697 for all 3 days. And that ends on June 11th. June 12th, it goes up to $997, and then the following week it's $1497. And we have a monthly payment plan if that makes it easier for you. Now, we do have clients that fly in from all over the world, so we actually also live stream this event. You can watch the entire thing from your computer if for some reason you can't travel. But I'm just knowing that I'm right here, and I'm just going to guess that all of you will not have a problem going to the Princeton Hyatt Regency on Route 1. But someone from Israel, although we do have people flying in from Israel this year. So the early bird pricing goes up in a few days, and it's $697. If it speaks to you and you feel called, because Dr. Gorman and Kim are two of our dearest friends, we want to do something special for you. If it speaks to you and this is the solution you've been looking for, we're going to offer everybody who registers tonight $200 off your tuition. So it's just $497. Now, this is not a couples event, and your partner does not need to attend. But if your partner feels that they want to do it, we'll also let them come for free. We really want to support you and empower you to get the results that you want fast. There's a reason why we do this event every year, besides the fact that it's actually the most fun we have. And we just got back from our sold-out event in the Bahamas, the Breakthrough in Paradise Bahamas event. And it was amazing and magical, but it's different at the Relationship Breakthrough Retreat in July. Because in those 3 days, with the content that we pack in and the step-by-step strategy, it's not a learning event, because you will never learn your way to a better relationship. It is an engaging, interactive experience where you will have the shift within the walls of the 3 days and leave at a catapulted level from where you came. And so you may still be wondering if this will work for you, and I get that totally. I just want to let you know that thousands and thousands of people around the world have used our 8-step system successfully and had great results. However, we still guarantee all of our work. So if for some reason you come to the Relationship Breakthrough Retreat and it's not right for you, we have a no questions asked on the spot refund policy. If at the end of day 1 you feel that this was not for you for whatever reason, Paul will refund you on the spot. It's never happened, but we're happy to do it if it's not right for you. So you let us take all the risk. This is what we do day in and day out. And we get where you might be right now and the level of belief or not belief that you have in what you can do. But we have a lot of belief and a lot of confidence. So if that helps you lean on us, you're welcome to do that. So we have order forms. Oh, Paul has them. If you feel called or feel pulled to register, we want to help you do that. And I also wanted to say that for anyone who registers, oh no, that's not it.
That's not it.
No.
Oh, sorry.
She told me that. I don't know why I'm listening.
For anyone for the first 3 people who order tonight, you'll also be able to get a live call with me. It's not something I do often anymore, but it's an hour-long call to get your question answered. So very often people will want to do something like this, but they'll feel like, but I just have this one huge relationship challenge and I really don't know if I'm even in the right relationship, or I don't know if this can be worked out, and they want to ask that one question to me. I get that. People ask me all the time. I don't do it very often, but my 1-hour calls are usually a $1,000 investment, but for anyone who signs up tonight, you'll be invited to a 1-hour call with me to bring your biggest relationship challenge, whatever it is, and get the breakthrough you need on that call. so that you also get personal experience of my answer for whatever it is that you need. So if it speaks to you and you feel called, we'd love to serve you and we'd love to see your beautiful face at the event. And if it's not right for you, we have so much content on our websites, and we have a phenomenal live stream coming up next week, right? Thursday. You can sign up for that. We're doing a 3-hour online class. But I hope, my biggest wish is that when you walk out tonight, you at least can see relationship differently than you saw it when you walked in. I hope that you see all the power that you really have to influence the person that you're with and make a real change in your relationship. Because it's not about them, and it's not about maybe I found it, maybe I didn't. You really can create it. And so I hope you got that this evening. That's my only wish. And I hope that you got value from what you had tonight. Thank you for having me.